Hey there, it's Patmos and nice of you to join me as we are going to continue our adventures with Ostriv. Although I have to say, I have to get into this village a bit again because I've been spending a lot of time with the village for the YouTube version. So I'll have to find all the industries again, but we're just going to continue. So that's nice, and I see Roadhog is already there. Very nice of you to be here. How are you today? You saw the update for the Land of the Vikings. Yeah, with the creation of your own houses. And you can save them into the workshop. And you can subscribe to different houses and use them in game and stuff. It looks very interesting, very promising. I know Ostriv is a main game of my channel. But I think games like Banished, Land of the Vikings, Bastide, those real city builder games could be a major part of my channel. And maybe I should focus a bit more on those games and not play the one military camp games and stuff like that so much. But we'll see. It did look really interesting, so I am going to get into those games as well. Alright, let's start working on our village a bit. See what we can do there. I believe we're going to build a tannery soon. Some warehouses. The salt works is coming up. We have a few cows. That's nice. We're going to need that. We're also going to need some salt. I'll buy 500 salt because we're going to need it. Going to buy a bit of leather so at least we can start shoe production. Otherwise we'll run out. We need some iron as we are going to set up iron production soon, I hope. So let's sell some charcoal. Do we have sunflower oil to sell? No, not yet. Alright, so we are on the right track. But there's still a lot of work to be done. So let's continue with that. No housing available. Well, that's going to be solved quickly. Alright, can my farms hire a few people? A few, so that's good. At least that's a start. We need to get the lands sown in. And as we keep growing our population, we need to increase the amount of farms that we have. Now there's a lot of trees here that if we can get rid of them, we can use a big chunk of this land because a lot of these trees, there seem to be a lot of land that we can use here. But as we can see here already, it's with these hills on there, so we can't really use them. That can be quite tough. What was that in the comments on YouTube that there was a scammer active? Yeah, I don't know. I asked him about it because I didn't see the scammer, so where was he? But I did not get a reply to it anymore. Maybe somebody joking or somebody that might not have understood the fun that we have in chat. That could also be the thing. That they were just thinking there were spammers in chat while it was just us having a lot of fun or something like that. I don't really know. And I have to say there was no spammer, so I don't really care. Hey Kevin, nice of you to be here. How are you today? How are your fingers and how is your squeezy ball? Does it still work or you squeezed it into, I don't know, 1,000 pieces? Alright, a new family settling in town. That's nice. 13-year-old kid that can soon get to work. Let's speed up a bit. Did we put somebody in the shoemaker? Yeah, 2 people there. Leather is incoming. That's good. Slaughterhouse, Hennep textile, leather. And what should we get in here too? I think... yeah, we're going to need these 2. One of these to be used for all the clothing to be stored. But maybe we should put those a bit closer to this one. Ah, here we have it. Firewood, clothes, shoes, and sunflowers. I do want the sunflowers out of there, so let's put the sunflowers in here. I think that's better. So let's get the sunflowers out of here. Let's apply this to all. Yes, that should work. Now they can take all the sunflowers into this one. And then we have clothes and shoes. And then we should also get some warm clothing in here so that all the clothing that we have can be stored. That's good. Hem, textile, leather, and I think we should put some flax in here if we can, and once we get it, just to store everything we need for the clothing production. 2 people have married, they started to live in a house together. That's very nice for them. We have a slaughterhouse, they're sold in there, that's good. And I guess it's time for us to start slaughtering our first animal soon. Or we should keep it and build a saltworks. That could also work. But for the saltworks we need stone, I think. Yeah, we don't have stone yet. So that's going to take time. I guess we need the forester soon. And a bridge. Because a bridge can help us reach some actual stone. So that will be good. Then we also need the stonemaker, of course. So I think we need to expand the amount of housing first. How's your squeezy balls? All okay, still waiting for the appointment. Ah, okay. Have you any idea how long it will take before you can have such an appointment? Is there like a month waiting list, or should that be very soon? Sorry to hear about the train accident in the Netherlands. Yeah, that's really sorry to hear. Although, judging by how the train was looking and stuff like that, only 1 person died. That's kind of amazing. I mean, it's very horrible for that 1 person, but it could have been a lot more. So, I mean, if you take a regular look at a train in India, it would not have gotten off with just 1. So, but yeah, it's always horrible to see those things. Luckily, we live in a pretty safe country with all of this, but every 1 accident is 1 too many. And there's no guarantees in life, even if you act normal and stuff like that. Still, things can happen. Alright, do we need to buy any of this? I don't think so. Do we have anything to sell? Sunflower oil. Alright, let's sell some sunflower oil. Make some money. We are slowly starting to run out of money, so that might be smart. Basic monthly wage, 150. That's a bit too much, I guess. We can lower that a bit. Probably 3 months before you can see the specialist. Ooh, that's some time. 1 more week left, so I might get back to work then. Okay, and will you be doing like the hard physical labor that will hurt your fingers, or can they put you on some light work that won't really harm things or something like that? Because if you, I guess if you do too much now or you damage your fingers, it might not be good for the long run. And do some permanent damage or something. Ah, light duties. Okay. Glad to hear that. We don't want to see your fingers get permanently damaged. You're part of the family here, so we need to look after each other. Alright, let's get some extra houses out. We need a lot more people. I'll need a lot more people to do work for a very low wage, as a true capitalist would say. Kevin told me that. Still no housing available. Every time we build a house, it gets completely filled up straight away. Ah, we're getting the extra forestry soon. I don't think we have built the construction office yet. Well, that could be quite interesting, because that would help us speed up a lot of constructions. So let's get that one too. We can move the saltworks for a while. Well, paper can be quite heavy too if you have to carry large piles of paper, so don't think too easy about that, but well, if you're just going to be a paper pusher, then you should have a light job. Or maybe you just have to fill up containers with paper and then some other guy can lift it with a crane. That will be quite the works, filling a 28-foot container with paper. Alright, let's sell some charcoal, some sunflower oil, 828, deal. Do we have apples to sell yet? No. No apples to sell yet, although it is year 2, so we should be getting a harvest in at the end of the year. I guess what we can do is tell them that in March, February, January, December, November and September they will only use 1 person, and the rest of the year they should have 5 in them to make sure that all the apples can be gathered. Oh, so you have to do night shifts with paperwork. Interesting. Should bring a big headlight then so that you can read everything in the dark. Alright, so we should be getting some more sunflowers. No sunflowers this run. Okay. Should be getting some flax though, so that's good. Can we create some more linen and textile and then create some more clothing? Kinda hope... Yeah, we do produce a few shoes now. That should help us keep families in town and make sure that they won't leave because they have no shoes. I really do feel that we need to expand the farming soon though, because only 2 farms for 133 people in this game is quite tough. We might need some extra ones. Now, of course, we started in a little bit different position from last time on the YouTube. When we started out here, we could place a lot more farms here. Right now we can't. So maybe we can do a farm here. And then build some housing here and, of course, the iron mine. We'll see. I did like your idea, Kevin, about in this game where we could place criminals on the city square to keep law and order by making sure that we scare others into not doing bad stuff. That was very interesting. Too bad it's not in the game yet, but I think we should be able to add that. Alright guys, you're strong. Chop me some trees. Ah, these are done now. Very nice. I'm going to stack up on some firewood. Just so that we have plenty. Make up excuses that you can't hold a pencil. Well, maybe he doesn't even need to make up excuses. Maybe that's the truth. Who knows? Alright, let's apply this to all. I don't think we have stored any thatch yet, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to get some thatch in here. And not really some extra charcoal, because we could be doing some metal parts. And I guess we can store iron in here. No charcoal, iron. That will be very interesting. And some nails, so that we can really produce enough of everything. That would be nice. For starters. 2 extra houses, then the bridge. The bridge can wait. I want the extra houses with the extra people. Alright, harvest is there. No hirees yet, so probably we ran out a bit of people. A messenger. Cows, pigs, iron. Yeah, we do need more iron, since we're not producing any. No sunflower oil, so this is it. How are we doing with the food? We have enough buckwheat. We don't have potatoes anymore. So we need to harvest in now, but this also means that we need to get more potatoes in anyway. Although we do have quite a good amount of flour, 1500. So that's at least something. But we're going to need to invest in another farm. Alright, let's start doing that straight away. Otherwise we will run into a lot of issues if we don't take the time now to build the extra farm. Let's see how long a 50 piece can be. Alright, right to here. Let's go. We'll make 8 big fields if we can. Well, we should be able to, so that should not be too hard. That's one. Where's my farm? Here. And another field. We'll do 2 fields connected and then leave an open space for people to pass through, so that won't be an issue that they can't reach anything. That can really become an issue if you link all the fields together, so always keep that in mind. Let's see. Wifey and the little one, okay. Yes, very much. Wifey is working now until late, so she'll be back after the stream. And little one's asleep right now, which is also great, but she's doing great. She has a lot of fun. Went to swimming practice today again. She did very well. She's quite excited because it's her holiday or her birthday in 2 days, so somebody's very happy. And well, she's doing great in school, etc. So dad's happy too. So yeah, all is great here. Alright, this might be an issue. I don't think we can make the biggest fields out here, but that's okay. We'll fix it. We'll just do it like this. Still a very good yield. So yeah, all is fine here. I'm a little bit busy with preparing for some meetings for my funeral work. We'll have a few meetings coming up, but that's nice and I enjoy that, so that should be fine. And I still have time to do all of this, so then all is good, of course. Alright, here's the houses, so I think we should build the farm maybe here. Maybe a little bit like this. You have to remove a few trees for it, but with 2 foresters that should not be a problem. And then hopefully we can build the farm soon. Yeah, how's the computer? I believe that last time you told us that a few parts still had to come in, but I think I remember that they should come in like half April or something like that, but I'm not 100% sure anymore. Alright, let's also start looking for a place to build the sand pit. Ah, right here could be a place. Because once we get the sand pit... Oh, it can be built right here. Why not? Oh, it's occupied. What's here then? Oh, that's the salt works, I guess. Because with the sand pit, we can start to prepare for some brick making and row houses. That would be very interesting. On the hill here could be nice. This is an area that we don't use. Yeah, we could use another orchard here, maybe. Now it can be right here next to the forestry. That's a nice place for a sand pit. Alright, so it's October. This farm has a few hirees to bring in the harvest. That should help out and make that go smooth. How's this one doing? No hirees. Yeah, that's a problem. This is still hiring. So I guess we should set it up a bit like this. So that they won't hire that many people and they can work out in the farms. I guess we're going to do the same here. And we'll just have 3 months with no workers in the warehouses. That's fine, because they can still collect all the goods in all the other months. But that means that they can help out on the farms. And we need to get the harvest in before the snow, of course. No carts here. Let's get a few carts. Alright, we have some potatoes now, but not too many. We have some shoes for sale. We still have iron. We have the flax harvest in. That all looks okay. Now we've set up for hemp. We're also getting hemp harvest in now. Okay, a messenger from Balaklia. Nothing to gain. Nothing to sell. Okay, we'll leave it as it is. They still need to remove a few trees for this farm. But then at least it should be getting done before the winter. So we'll be able to put that farm to work then. There's a lot of potatoes in here. Can we sell 1,000 potatoes? Yes. Alright, because otherwise they spoil. That's something that you have to take into account now. Once these are sold... I'm going to put it on temporary stock. Once these are sold, I want them out. I don't want to sell any more potatoes because we have such a shortage in town. We need them in our town to actually be eaten by our own villagers. Alright, 3 more to go. Alright, this farm is done. That's very good. This farm still has work to do. We have buckwheat, wheat, sunflowers, and yeah, this one is done now too. All they need to do is take the goods off the land. I think we should make it before the end of the winter. Yeah, they can hire people, so that's good. It's really important to bring everything in time. We have 2 windmills working, so the flour production is quite good. Are we actually storing it? Yeah, we're storing quite a bit of flour. Okay. All these people can still use this one granary. I'm really happy with that, although we don't have honey anymore, so we could replace that for something. Question is for what? Well, maybe for some sunflower oil. We have some of that every now and then. Where's my sunflower oil? There. Alright. That is something. One tree to go and we can build our farm. How many nails do we have? 451. Ah, that should do the trick. So I don't think at this point food variety is an issue as long as we can keep the potatoes up a bit. We're going to lose up on the potatoes. We're not good anymore. But I guess then we can always buy some. We do need some warm clothing though, to sell in the winter to people that lack them, because then we'll have everybody happy. Salt. Oh, it would be nice if we could sell some salt, but we still don't have the salt works because we need stones first. We should really focus on a few industries. Let's get a stone mining camp. Since stones will be across the river, I think we should build the stone mining camp somewhere here. Or maybe even in this place. Uneven terrain. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Also means that we can't build houses here. That's why I'm trying if I can see and get it somewhere here. So that at least we use up space that it's not too valuable for housing. We could build it right here, the stone mining camp. It'll take a few trees to be chopped down, but that should be working out. They're going to build the farm now. That's nice. The construction office is done. Let's get men in there so constructions will go faster. They're still bringing in harvests, so hopefully they can bring a lot of it in. They should prioritize gathering now. Deliver everything to the farm. Ah, so tomorrow will be buying stuff day for the computers. Alrighty, Spridey. Don't need the bridge yet. I need houses. I need people. Ah, a full filled up construction office. That's nice. Well, except potatoes, all the other food seems nice. 6,000 buckwheat, 1,800 flour. We have a bit of milk. So yeah, working on the potatoes and then we should have everything. Well, that's going to be the expensive day, yes, but he had a 4,000 budget, so I don't think that's a complaint or something like that. He'll have the money, otherwise he won't order such a computer. And I guess indeed it will be worth to him, so maybe one day I can spend that kind of money on a computer too. That would be nice. Alright, let's link all the fields to this farm and then we'll set it up. And then after the winter we have an extra farm in use. Messenger from Mirefa. We don't need anything. Can we sell some sunflower oil? 400. I'm not going to sell that yet. We'll sell that later. Alright, first of all we need a manager, of course. Probably going to be hard to find a manager, but we'll see. Let's apply this to all and to all. Okay. Well, we have a manager. Very nice. Alright, so one of the first things we need... Oh, that's one too many, by the way. Is potatoes. So that should be a focus of us. Potatoes. Now, potatoes go well together with buckwheat, of course, but also with hemp or flax. So I guess we'll first do it with a bit of buckwheat. We'll just do 3. Like this. Buckwheat and potatoes. Then we'll do a batch of potatoes together with... Can it go with hemp, actually? Hemp or flax? Doesn't matter. They can go with both. Alright, we'll do hemp. This will give us even more potatoes and more stuff to make clothes with. Which is very good. And it leaves us with 2 fields again that we can use for sunflowers, so we can get more sunflower oil. Sunflowers can also go well with buckwheat. We don't need more buckwheat. Well, we're gonna get some more buckwheat. Sunflowers and buckwheat. And fellow. Alright, so that's it. Let's activate the fields. Well, this should provide quite a bit of food, if it completely works. Very nice. That's a nice budget just for beautification and water cooling. I know who's going to build my next computer. He's right there in chat. The building queue is getting done finally. Let's get the stone mining camp first so we can mine some stone. Then we can get the salt works. That should also speed up things in town a bit. Maybe we should think where to build more housing again. I mean, this is a nice flat spot, but there's a lot of trees there that need to be chopped down if we want to build houses there. But this could be something to work towards. So maybe build a bridge here already. Uneven terrain. Yeah, I see that. Inaccessible. Alright, there we go. I think we can shorten it a bit. Too low. Alright, like that. That's another bridge. Building a market here or a granary and a market stalls and then houses here could be very good because this is flat. They can just go over the bridge and work in the farms. So this could be a nice chunk of land, very flat for a lot of housing. We can build more industries on this patch then. That could be something. Let's see how we can do. I think we need a cart parking here. Just to get the carts here. So let's do that too. They need to build a sand pit. Here comes the stone mining camp. Well, they're in a hurry building this. There it is. Let's get the carts. And let's get 3 strong guys in there. I'll prioritize stone. Guess we need that the most. Unfortunately, they can't reach any stone. But as soon as this bridge is done, they can. So let's just focus on building the bridge now. We have a lot of people working on it. So that should not take too long. Alright, well. As long as you build a top-notch computer without using all of the money, that's excellent. How did we set this up? Alright, so that's set up properly. They're building the bridge now. The last resources being brought in. Look at this. I like how they built the bridge. Looks very nice. I really have to say, graphics-wise, this game is very good, and it just... If you compare this to Bastide or something like that, then this will just win by knockout. This is so much better. Sunflower oil. Ah, we have 750 in store now. Let's sell that. Let's make some money. Yeah, we're very Dutch. Let's just reuse everything. Ah, first stone's being brought in. Very nice. Very nice. It's good for the salt works. How are we here? Currently 15 animals in there. We're going to need 2 oxen to actually work the salt works. So making sure that we save a few is very good. We should be getting in an apple harvest, hopefully at the end of the year. Did we set the granary up for apples yet? No, we did set it up for honey that we don't have anymore. So let's set it up for apples now. So that at least we can get some apples in. Alright, the fields are being sown in. Lots of people hired. That's very good. Let's put extra people in there. Should get a few extra people in here too. Because then when one is resting, one of the others can take the boat and fish, so you'll bring in extra fish. Ah, okay, well, I have to say I'm not that technical about all these things, so not going to comment on that. Let's sell some charcoal. That's nice money. Deal. We'll sell some charcoal. Do we need more iron for our town? Oh, a bit. We can pay for that with the charcoal income. Do we need anything else? I think some leather, because we're still not producing any leather ourselves, so we need that. We also need some lime in order to be able to do some tanning later on. So that is something, but yeah, this looks good. This way at least. Are we out of potatoes already? Not yet, but almost. We still have 89 potatoes. That's not a lot, so it's very good that we are now starting to produce extra potatoes. At least I hope that we are. Let's hope we can bring them in too. Saltworks is now starting. I don't think we have enough stones already. But, we'll see. Yeah, we're still awaiting stone, and then we still don't have enough. But we're completely out of houses to be built, so let's build extra housing. That's something that needs to be done now. Alright, this should be the last house in the row. Should not just make normal rows all the time, we should do it a bit differently. Alright, so that's something. I think we should place a few benches in town, because we don't have a lot of them yet. Well, there's people starting to sit down on them immediately, so that's good. like the noise it makes when you place a bench. It's almost like it's like a party when they place a bench. It's interesting. Hey, messenger. Wherever, I don't have anything to sell or buy from you. Alright, well, that's our town. 160 people. Yes, we need more stone, but they're bringing it in. Ever so slow, but it's coming in. So I guess we could just do it like this. So that at least a few more houses get built. While we wait. Along with that, we need more wells. To just make sure that everybody can have a drink. When they want to. Alright, that should work. No, I don't want to pause it. I want to move it up the tree here. Quite a bit lengthy building queue, so I'm going to not put anything else in there. Well, looks like a nice case. Found a picture on my phone. Well then, your friend's wishes are coming true. That's what he gets. We don't have apples yet, but they should be coming in at a certain point. This is now year 2 soon, so next year that comes in too. Maybe we need to expand the orchards too. But my building queue is too long. And we're out of nails now. We used up a lot of nails for the salt works actually. Can we buy some nails somewhere? Not here. Here we can buy some warm clothing. So let's do that. And in that Kachi, we can sell some charcoal, but I believe we can buy... No, we can't buy nails there. Too bad, too bad. We still have plenty of iron, so that's okay. Oh well, we'll do with what we have then. Let's keep things going. Yeah. I think you're right about all the paths, but I guess having more houses will help a bit because that should streamline where they walk. But yeah, it's kind of crazy, but the good kind of crazy. Except if you had too much beer, maybe then I guess this will look like some work of art. However, is this still producing? Not enough charcoal, and we're slowly getting the charcoal pits filled up, so that's the issue. We ran out of charcoal and not a lot of people were available to fill these. So we don't have enough people at this point. That's the case. Okay. So we just need more people. Or we need higher prices. That could also be the case, but I don't see there's nobody looking for a job. Could be that one of the new houses, people are just not interested in getting a job. So every now and then check a few houses, see what people say. There's nobody here saying that they're not looking for a job, so they're all looking for a job, so that worked out. Would I prefer to be able to lay down roads? I don't know, because as far as I have seen in games, for instance in a game like Bastide or Land of the Vikings, laying down the roads just doesn't do it. I like the fact that they really walk all of this. And I think this makes it look really nice. I think what they do in most of these games is just as you place a house, it has a certain area what you build. And road is also just a little piece. It's normal size and you build it. And you can't really attach it to a building. I would kind of like a painting tool. So that I could just paint the whole area between the houses to be road. And then paint where they could walk, maybe. Maybe that would be interesting. But that I can just make the roads really near the houses. And normally when you have to lay down roads, you can't do that. So maybe if they give me a good painting tool where I could just paint whole areas to be the road and not really build in straight lines and things like that, then yes, I would prefer that. Right now I just prefer the way these guys do it. They create their own path that turns into a road, and then you have a road which can lead straight to next to this, and it's very wide. And especially in non-grid builders like this, it's very hard to build a good road or create a good road building too, unless you use painting. So that's my opinion on that. Alright, we have charcoal again, very good. So we can create some nails. Hello, Blue Soldier and your team. How are you? Nice of you to join us here. Good to see you. I'm fine, thank you very much. Just enjoying some Ostriv. Have a little lemonade here and trying to make this town work, but we ran out of nails, so that's not really good. Thank you for the follow. Oh, that's really nice. You are very sweet, Blue Soldier. Thanks so much. $140 followers. Who would have believed that a few months ago? That's very cool. I'm going to check this farm. Is this working a bit? Did they sow it in time? Oh, it's okay. It's not too bad. I just hope we have the people to really harvest it. We did get a good apple thing in now. That's nice. I'm not sure, but this game is Ukrainian. Yes, it is. As far as I know, Ostriv and all the towns on the map here are from a part of Ukraine. Some of these all these towns really do exist, I believe. And the creators of this game are from Ukraine, so yeah. That's completely correct, if you assumed that. Ah, the salt works, yeah, still needs a lot of nails. We need more people first. Are you familiar with this game? Alright, the ripening is done. Harvest started. Are there people to be hired? Just a few, but not too many. But yeah, they hire some. I guess these did the harvest already. But yeah, next month they'll get allowed a lot of people that can work then. Maybe I should do the construction office and tell them in September and October that should be off season. They should all be hired to do all the other stuff in town. I think that's good. Oh yeah, you're totally right. This is such a nice and relaxing and interesting game. It looks really good. Of course, the developer lives in Ukraine, and he had a while that he could not be at his computer developing the game, so development halted for a bit because of the war, of course. But they got back to it. He has his stuff back, and they are working on it. And of course, if you buy this game, then you also help out the people in Ukraine, because he's using money he makes from the game to help out people. So that's great. But, well, you had a very smart friend recommending this to you. This is an awesome game. Alright, we're doing the harvest here. Look at this. This looks really nice. I think this is getting a bit filled up, though. I think we might need an extra granary soon. Just to be able to store everything. No, there's still plenty of space in here. Let's store some apples in our trading post so that we can actually sell some apples soon. Oh, your friend is Ukrainian too. That recommended this to you. That's nice. But this is a very nice game, and as those nice people in chat are pointing out, this game has a great future because it's so much fun. I enjoy this a lot. Okay, now we are building... Really ran out of nails. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Need to work on that, but quite hard right now to do that. Some self-interest. I don't know, if it's not the developer, then I don't think it's really self-interest, but messenger from Balaklia. We can buy some nails. Very good. Let's buy 750 nails so that we don't run out anymore. They're very cheap anyway. Do we need some more iron? 250. Let's buy. Alright, that looks good. No more potatoes to sell. That's better. Nothing else to sell, actually. Alright. So which map have you been playing on, Blue Soldier? Right, our carts are in okay shape. Did I do the preemptive repairs? No. Now let's put that on so that they can do preemptive repairs to all the carts. Let's put somebody extra in there because now we need that. We also need an extra guy in the smithy because we still need to create a lot of nails. How's the cows doing? Ah, we have 20 now. Oh, we're going to need 2 oxen to be put into the saltworks. So this dude and this dude can be an ox. Then we have a 2-year-old bull that we can slaughter. And then we have a 1-year-old and then we get another bull soon. Okay, so that works. We get our first bull slaughtered now. That could put some interest into the tannery because then we can start tanning soon, hopefully. Create our own leather. Leather for normal clothing, of course. Three games: Stalker, Ostriv and Cossacks. I've heard about Stalker, but already the title makes me scared, so I don't think that's going to be something for me. And Cossacks, the name does ring a bell, but I don't know. I don't believe they're city builders like this, and I'm so into city builders. Alright, let's get a few workers in here. Tell them to get production up for, or the stuff up for my animals. Can we make this 500 and 500? Yes, alright. And as soon as they're in, we can move the oxen. If we move the oxen now, they will die. He's from Bucha. Isn't that the town where they had that very big massacre? I believe I remember the name from that. It was a horrible place. Alright, well, really glad your friend survived that. From what I've read and heard about it, that was really awful. Of course, the whole war is awful, so just hoping that peace can come soon. Ah, very sorry to hear that. There comes workers and resources. I was waiting for it. Well, if you want a game with the steep learning curve, then you're up for that. I'm going to learn it myself, by the way, so... Cossacks is a great game. Ah, you develop and by building and upgrading, and you also have some combat. Well, of course, we have some combat in other different games that we played, so... that's interesting. I'll look it up. I'm actually getting a pen right now to write the name down so I can check it out. Cossacks, alright. Stalker still scares the crap out of me, just the name, so I'm not going to get into that, I think. Alright, we have everything we need for the salt works to start working, except 2 oxen, so let's get those oxen in there. And then we should produce our own salt that we, in the end, should also be able to sell. Very nice. Who doesn't want that? Now we do need to store some salt. think I'm going to set this up to 7,500 so we can store some salt in here. Salt, 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 salt. There it is. And I guess we could also put salt in here now. If we actually are producing it already, not yet. So that we can sell some salt and make some money on it. But how's your game in Ostriv going, Blue Soldier? I hope you're doing well. I have a few tutorial videos and tip videos about it on YouTube if you need some help. Or of course you can ask here and we can try to help you out. Alright, our sandpit's also working. I think we should soon get to brickworks and then try to get some of these row houses. Because they're new and I like them. Although we also need a lot of lime for them. Which might be a problem. I guess we should set these guys to start collecting lime too. Just to have it. Or at least limestone, then we have to process it, of course. Ah, the other wooden bridge is done. Right here. So we should slowly be getting to this part, getting rid of the trees and building houses here. That would be very interesting. Ah, there comes the snow. 180 people already. We grew by another like 70 people or something like that this episode so far. That's nice. Let's build another orchard. Uneven terrain. Yes, I know. That's the whole idea, that we're building it here. Too long. I was thinking about that. Alright, let's get this down here. Yes, too long. That's okay. Oh, there it is. Very good. Let's build a nice big orchard. Alright, there it is. Messenger from Mereva. Let's buy 150 more warm clothing so people can stay warm. Produced another 700 sunflower oil to sell. Okay. That's looking good. Oh, that's nice, Rodok. I do still like surviving the aftermath a lot. And I do like the fact that even if you have some setbacks and you get through one of the disasters and you lose a bit of population, there's always the option in a few days to get it back and to set it up again. It's not like you get totally destroyed. So yeah, I do very much like that game. So much fun with it. Alright, salt. What's the selling price of salt? That's 10. So if we sell 850, get 85. That's nice. Well, for me, Ostriv will be the favorite for a very long time. This is such a nice game. Alright, more and more houses get built. Now the issue can be if you have too many people, that all of them go to the markets to buy the same products, and sometimes things won't be available because the market salesperson have to get it. Then as soon as they have 100, they sell it all, and then somebody else comes and there's no more goods. So I'm going to set up an extra market stall with my regular goods like buckwheat, flour, potatoes and apples, so that people have an extra spot to buy it, so that there's more chance that they will actually get it. Alright, so now everything is in. We can see that the potatoes are in, and immediately they're all reserved, and all of the potatoes are getting out, so, or the apples I mean. So yeah, we do sell apples like crazy. So having 2 apple sales points can be very worthwhile, because you're just selling them like they're not even there. Half your population. Oh wow. I cannot say I have had that happen many times, but oh wow, that's really interesting. Sorry for the strange question. There are no strange questions. You can ask anything you want, but do you know something about the game Atomic Heart? No. Do you know something about it, and what can you tell us about it? Maybe it's a game I need to get into, or maybe not. I don't know. Tell us. I'm interested now. I can always use good game suggestions, and I guess everybody in chat can, so... Alright, it's the end of January almost, so soon we'll be getting into February, then a new year starts for the harvest. We have women looking for a job, that's good, because that means that they might soon be able to work on the farms and help sowing. So that will be nice. Everything I know, this game is Russian and it's very propaganda. Alright. Well, that kind of makes it interesting, because then it would be fun to play it and just mock it all the time if it's like a propaganda game. But I don't really know the game. I'm going to write it down though, I need to see that. Atomic Heart. Always nice to have a good laugh with the game. Oh, it's a shoot them up. Then I'm not very good at that. Oh, I can confirm that there are no dumb questions, but I've been a teacher for 15 years, and yes, there are a lot of dumb answers out there. So yeah, that's very true. Although, I must say, I have heard a student ask a stupid question one time. And the whole class actually thought it was a very dumb question. And they don't happen often, especially not in schools. Alright, I'm going to build a few houses with a garden just for the fun of it, because I like that. 1. Uneven terrain already. 2. Come on. Let's see if we move the house, if that helps. Yeah, that helps. 2. And 3. Alright, that's fun. 3 houses with a garden. Another message from Mirefa. They're sending out messages in the snow here. Probably thinking they won't arrive. That's why we get messages from them all the time. Let's sell another batch of salt, make some money. I think if we make the orchard soon, we can get it sown in and then hopefully get some food out of it quickly. Right, let's build a well here, but of course uneven terrain, why not? No here, so let's put it here then. Here's also uneven terrain. Alright, that's 1. That's 2. That's the right way. You have a nice run to the fridge to grab a beer. The first or the second one of the night? Oh, I'm not that intelligent. I usually have a good memory, so when I read something I can remember it, but I am not very intelligent. Oh, and you wanted hourly tips on how wifey was doing, but she was getting better pretty fast after, well, the next day basically after the, after we chatted about it. So she's fine. Well, Kevin is very interested in the color of nail polish, so maybe if he starts asking about your color, just ignore him. It's just, his mind goes crazy when he hears the words nail and polish in a sentence, so. Alright, it's sewing time. Very good. That should also bring me to put somebody in there to start showing in. I'm going to bring 2 extra in just to get the trees done. I'm from Holland. I'm a Dutchie. Although my neighbor is a Polish man and a Polish lady, so... So do you live close to the Ukrainian border, and do you see anything about the things that happen there, or? I'll let you know next time in the Discord, Kevin, when everything is well again, so you can get a good night's sleep. Ah, we have 1,000 shoes in the storage. That's very good. Are we selling shoes already? Yes, okay. Me Dutch too, yes, yes, me Dutch too. That sounds really Dutch, interesting. Oh, okay, you live in the south, so that should be somewhere near the border, I guess. Well, Blue Soldier, you have to know something about this jet. This jet is very nice, but we have certain goals. And the goal of every time we stream is to make Roadhog laugh so that he spits out his beer all over his screen. So far, we have 100% score, so every time we stream, he'll just burst into laughter all over his screen. So feel free to try and make him laugh too, so that he just spits out his beer. Ah, a lot of Ukrainians live in your city because they fled the war, of course. That's so unfortunate. No animals for slaughter. Ah, we have some meat that we have to sell. Let's sell some beef. One-year-old bull and a 7-month-old bull. We do need another cow shed, though, in order to provide more meat and more hides for the leather production. So that's something. We have 2 houses with a garden. Yippee! They look really cool. That's nice. Here comes the family. Now they'll start sowing in their own garden. Very good. So they grow some of their own food. We don't have to worry about that too much. This one is completely filled up. I guess we have a lot of flour at this point. 1,400. It's almost all in this one. I think the granary has issues making sure that it has all the stuff. Let's put 2 extra ladies in there. And I think it's time for a carter that will bring all the carts, all the stuff around. Should be here. Near the industries, of course, but then they can just move all around the map. That should be fine. So what's the best thing you remember about Poland, Roadhog? Now we want to know, of course. Alright, already an hour into the stream, having lots of fun. Really nice meeting you, Blue Soldier. Very nice that you came here and joined us here. I hope you can come more often. You really fit in well, so that's really nice. We need another warehouse to store some goods from this place. In the 80s, drinking on the border with Russia. Ah, yeah, well, I guess that's where you got your taste for a good drink. You're welcome, Blue Soldier. It's really nice that you were here and that you take the time to be here and to talk to us. So we really appreciate it. So I guess we should thank you for being so nice and kind here. Well, there's a lot of uneven terrain here. Come on, boy, guys. I want to build a few houses here. This land's not really suitable for housing. I guess we need to start moving over a bit. I'm just gonna go crazy. Let's build a granary right here, where we can start off a new batch of town. Right there. 2 or 3 market stalls along with it. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to sell apples, buckwheat. No, not clothing yet. We'll do that later. Flour and fish. We'll do all the clothing on this one. Clothing. Shoes. Warm clothing. And I guess we could also sell some salt. And then in this one we can do some special stuff. We already had the apples. We still need to sell potatoes. We can sell some beef. We can sell some salt. Oh, we already had salt. Milk. All right. That's very good, Kevin, but I'm not going to comment on that because I have to still put this on YouTube and I have to be honest when they ask me about the language in this stream. So yeah, that's nice. We do joke a lot, so that's cool here. Well, I met you guys, so I definitely met the right people. Really nice. Another village house is done. A well is done. Let's build the cart shed and another well. I guess we can already plan a few houses here. I'm going to plant a few with a garden first, and we're going to place them alongside the river. Just because of the fun of it. Whoops, that was the wrong button. Let's move this back. Alright, there we go. Cannot build on the water. Yes, I know I can't build on the water. That's pretty obvious. Guess I should leave a little bit of space in between here too, so that they can walk past it. Let's hit the F1 button and get this unattached from there. Yes. Alright, well that's a few houses on this side. That should be interesting. We should build a well here, otherwise they won't have clean water. Well, this should be fun. A nice new part of town. The grass vodka. Ah. I wouldn't know anything about vodka, but another messenger from Derkachi. He wants to buy my charcoal. There it comes. Do we want to buy some sunflower oil? No, because we have none. We need more metal again. Should not forget that. We also need some more leather to actually build some extra shoes. We're making good money, by the way, so that looks really cool. And so far, I have not seen people running out of money, so tax-wise, we're doing good. And I think it would be nice if we can start to populate this area. So that should be working. The cow shed is done. All right. Let's first get carts for the wagon sheds. And we need to put people in the cow shed. So let's apply to all and apply to all. So that they can now stock up on everything. And once everything is in, we can move a few animals over there. to help out and grow more animals, get more milk and things like that. Alright, we have a 1-year-old bull and a 10-month-old bull. We'll remove the 1-year-old already. 1, 2. Guess something didn't go really well. Yeah, there it goes. Alright. Well, we're moving a few cows, so these can start to grow and get new babies as well. So far, the iron mine is alone on this map. I really think they need to work on the maps though, because for instance, if you take the row houses, they all take like 1,000 stone. And there's only a limited amount of stone on these maps, and limestone and stuff like that. I think we should be okay for a while, but with this amount we can only build like 6 row houses and we're already out of stone. So I think the maps do need some work with concern to the resources. I guess we should get stone mines and things like that. But the iron is only on map 2 right now. Infinite amounts, so that is good. You never run out. But we might run out of limestone and things. Luckily we can buy it from other towns and we have a healthy economy, so we can easily do that. But, well. Oh, it's harvesting time. Nice. Can they hire people? Ooh, this can hire a lot of people. That's very good. I think it was Zubrovka. Well, I've only been to the Czech Republic. To Moravska Trebova, which is a partner town of the town I live in, so that's nice. Never been to Poland. I'd like to go there one day. How much wheat do we have? 2,600. Okay, that's good. We have still plenty of nails. We're stocking up on some iron finally. We have some reed, we have thatch, we have plenty of firewood, we have flax, we have flour, apples. So yeah, fine. Food-wise, we are very fine. Things look great. Getting quite a few bulls though, so we'll have to slaughter some animals soon. Luckily the tanner has everything already, it just needs bark. So we can either get a few people to start barking, or we create some bark right here. That's what we're going to do. So it can be brought to the tanner, and they can start doing some work in the tannery. There we go. Carts are built, so let's add people here. Well, there's the first barker in chat, so that's good. Keep barking, because I believe we need 5,000 bark, so keep going. Oh, you guys are amazing. Did you guys see the numbers on YouTube, by the way, for my channel? I got over 60 subscribers in the last 5 days. Or 6 days. Just because of the new Ostriv update and a few videos I made about it. It's really, really amazing and really, really nice, of course. It just gives such a nice feeling knowing that people enjoy the videos and they take the time to subscribe and watch it. I've seen an increase in watch time and watch hours and stuff like that. It's just amazing. It was quite steady for a while. For a year now, it has been quite steady with around 30 to 35 subscribers each month. And now I have like over 60 in 5 or 6 days. That's just amazing. Really nice. You guys were there from the start. You guys are the best. Storage is full. The farm is completely filled up. We need to start making sure that we get our stuff stored elsewhere. What is it stocked up on? Hemp, flax, buckwheat, linseed. Alright, we have sunflowers here. Let's stock up on some hemp then too. Guess we should put some linseed in here, but we can't because that's not one of the resources that we can use. Sunflowers should be brought out quickly. There's still plenty of room here, so now they're going to bring everything in here. That's good. Yeah, lots of views too. Those numbers all doubled up. It's amazing. And a lot of nice comments from peoples and things like that. It's just so nice, and I don't know what to say sometimes, because it's just amazing. Linseed. Here we can put in the linseed as well, that we can use to feed some animals, I believe. Can we use it to feed? No. Maybe we can use it for chickens or something like that. Now we can get some chickens. Well, I guess that's very true, but it's also very hard for me to judge my own content, of course. I mean, I do the best I can, and I try to create good content, but just saying that it is very good or something like that is a bit weird. But I'm just happy and overjoyed, and it's very encouraging to see those numbers run up like they are right now. That's just so nice. And I have to say, those videos that I put the most effort into eventually do the best. So, like my Ostriv tip video with 10 tips is doing very good right now. And that's also one that I put in a lot of time. So, I should just keep that up and focus on doing a good job like that, which I try to do. But it's just so encouraging, and well, I do have to say it, although I already did, but I'm going to say it again. You guys are a big help in that. You always encourage me. You're always here. You're always so nice. So thanks so much. Everybody loves a tree hugger. Very positive. Most of them don't have kids. Once a week stream on YouTube. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Although when I there's just 2 clicks after this stream, and this stream will be uploaded to YouTube, then I have to wait 24 hours and I can make it available. I'm not going to do that with every stream, but with some I did. And they're also watched very good, so that is something. And we do see an increase in viewers here, of course. But I'm thinking about what to do with YouTube right now concerning the streaming. And it could well be a possibility to start streaming there too. I've been thinking anyway about specializing a bit more into these nice city building games, because those are the games I enjoy the most. They're also the games I think I am the most proficient in. We need to fix this, by the way, because I'm highly annoyed by how misplaced that fence was. Yeah, this is better. So specializing on just making very good quality videos about Ostriv, Bastide, Land of the Vikings, those types of games that I really enjoy. I mean, One Military Camp is a fun game, but it's not really a game for me, I think. So those are also ideas that I'm having right now, but maybe I should do a stream once a week on YouTube on the games that I'm good at and that are popular, and then yeah, that might work. So I'll take it into consideration. Thanks for thinking along. That's really helpful. Our first batch of leather is going to be created. We should be able to make more badges. Why not? Sheep hides. No. No. Don't have sheepies yet. I think it's time for another batch of animals. We need new animals. I think we should go for chickens, meat and eggs. That should be nice. Let's create chickens. I've had chickens myself, so that's always very nice. Let's start with 2. They also need a well. And then let's see how well we can do with those. But I'm just very grateful for all the support and things that I'm getting, and you guys are the most supportive. So thanks a lot, guys. You're amazing. I could really not have done it without you guys. Ooh, we don't have that many apples, but I'm still going to sell some of them. I guess apple sales are very good right now, so that's nice. Why don't you have food? Ah, we have not put workers in here. That might be part of the problem. Apply to all. Let's put workers in here, so that we can actually sell some goods here. Because right now they can't get food. Okay, well, This one's coming in to sell some shoes and stuff. Also very nice. We have some food in here now. Probably do it like this so that they can fill it up more quickly. Please don't starve. They have water. Oh, that's a start. And firewood so they can keep warm and they can drink. They should be able to hold out for a while. Here comes the first food, but it's already reserved, probably for this family then. Yeah, it's quite a long way to supply this, but once this one is filled up, things should be good. You could make the island self-sufficient. I could. I just don't know. It's a pretty big island, so that's interesting. But I don't think that's really what I want to make it self-sufficient. We'll have to see, though. We still have to cut a lot of trees here to make a room. So I guess building a forestry here might also help out a bit. We can start to build houses on this area first and then clear all the trees out. So that might work. Oh, thanks. Well, it might be a simple deal, but still both parties have to deliver on it. I'm trying to do my part. I know you guys for sure do your part, so it's very nice. And maybe you should just work on your taking your compliment skills. That could also help out. But no, you guys are the best. And I think it's okay to say that. So I just did. Metal parts, clothes. We have plenty of clothes in store, so that's good. We can sell some sunflower oil. That's nice. Is there some food? There's clothing in here now. There's food being brought in. They just need to buy some food. Come on, there's food in here now. Buy some. They should be able to just buy it because it's here. He's a laborer, but he's probably resting. He's going to get some salt now. So he can salt his own food. I hope he just doesn't eat the salt because that's not healthy. Not enough food variety. So because of the salt he now has some food. It's just not food variety. Very interesting. Well, we'll see how that goes. Oh, there's an issue here. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's happening? Why is nobody getting food? All of these are out of workers. How did that happen? Something went wrong there. It's fixed now because all the workers are back so they can start to buy their goods again. Something went wrong here. Luckily I checked. Oh, it solves quickly because we still have plenty of food. Phew. Alright, that was exciting. The winter of 44. Well, I guess this went better than the winter of 44, but it was tight. Luckily we managed to fix this. Alright, it's January, so these families should be growing their own food later on. These brought their own food from home. Why does he have 1,000 wood in his house? Oh, grandma's already old. Maybe it's for that. Okay. Interesting. Didn't know they would get that themselves. Let's sell some salt. Make some money. Deal. Merefa. Another 800. No. Yeah, we're not going to sell anything else. This is it. We don't need to buy anything. Oh, we can buy some warm clothing again. Alright, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, guys. Give me a hint. Should we go for iron production and set up the iron production tree? Or should we try and go for brick production so that we can start to work on the row houses? It's up to you guys. We definitely need a tavern soon, by the way, so I'm going to build a tavern. But what do you want to see? Should we get to the brick housing or the iron production? going to set everything up for the drinking business, for the tavern. This one's still empty. That's interesting because I want to put some stuff in here. Let's stock up on some bark, some normal wood. And some lime. No, not lime. We don't need lime in here. Some thatch so that we have some building materials down here. I think that will work. Yeah, we need lime for it, but we can buy lime and we have a very good economy. We just make a lot of money, so we can buy a lot of lime. That's not really a big issue. So I think... Oh, we need to start selling some firewood, by the way. Both are very well possible to create. So we can either go for the iron industry or for the brick industry and then the row houses. We can just buy the lime, that's okay. And we can focus a little bit on the lime works too later on. It's a bit strange that these aren't buying... Oh, there's nobody to sell the goods in here. That's not good. We need people in here. Well, not in this one, but in the other one. I guess we need more people living here so that they can do the jobs here. And then that should all work out. He's ran out of firewood. Alright, let's build a storage here. Or a warehouse, as they call it, to store some firewood in here. Just to make sure that we have plenty of firewood in this area too. Go for row houses. Alright, but first, before we can go for row houses, we need to set up the brickworks. Which I have not done so far yet. So that's interesting. We need clay, nails, and wood. Well, the clay pit is up here. So I'll put the brickworks up here too then. We'll build it right there. Let's see what it says. Bricks production consists of 2 steps. First, the bricks are formed from clay mixed with sand and then dried. Alright, so we also need sand then, I guess. Then the formed bricks are fired. Alright, so we're going to get rid of it right here. I'm going to build it right here because this is where the sand is. That should be nice. We just need the other products to create the brickworks, but let's place it right here. This is nice. Choose the amount of bricks to be produced in one batch and number of batches. To start the batch, your workers will gather the required clay, sand and water in equal proportions. For burning stage, they will gather charcoal. It is recommended to build the brickworks near water for easy access to unlimited water from the platform. Alright. So let's set up the whole brickworks. We need a platform. We need charcoal, so let's get building of some charcoal piles. 1 and 2. We have sand here. Maybe we can build another clay pit here too. Close by, yes we can, that's very nice. So then we have everything close to start building bricks. Get the woman to the iron, then you have Iron Maiden. Oh, that should be cool. We'll try that. Ooh, there's a lot of people working on these charcoal pits already, so that worked. Alright, interesting. Just need to get the brickworks and then we can start that. Merefa. Merefa sells no lime, so that's not what we're going to get from them. But they do want to buy some sunflower oil, so let's do that. They want to buy some salt too. Alright, we'll sell some salt. Ah, we have our first chicken coop up. Let's see. It needs to hire ladies. And we can put the linseed in here. We'll do 250. They can eat wheat. They can also eat buckwheat. And that's very good. Alright. Laborers can help out. All we need to do now is buy some chickens. Let's buy some chickens so that the chicks can feed the chickens. Alright, that should work out. We have food now, so let's just wait for a trader till we can get the chickens. We're now building the forestry. Very nice, because we need that for the firewood here. Ah, all houses are happy now. So these got food. Yes. Alright, this works out. I do like how this looks. I mean, these guys don't even know that there's behind this hill there's a whole town. They have no clue, but there is. They just think there's the start of a whole new, of an old town or something like that. Very nice. Forestry ready. Let's get into the forestry business. Let's create some firewood so that these ladies here can get that easily. You still need more people, or are they still sowing in the land? Is that what's happening? Doesn't appear to be. Everybody's working. Alright. That's very good. Ah, there's the men. Okay. First lore coming in. Well, that could be interesting, because if both sides of town start running towards the hill, then they will finally meet up. Maybe think that they've ran into the enemy, and they might start pounding each other or something like that. So that could be interesting. Ah, we have somebody in need of money. Luckily, we have plenty. So here's your financial help. Keep going. Work hard and everything should be fine. We could actually raise the basic monthly wage a bit. I mean, we're doing very good anyway, money-wise, and make sure that nobody gets into trouble anymore. Sometimes I would just not play around with the taxes anymore, but I'd like to do that a bit more, just to keep everybody happy and make sure that it really works. And one way to do that is to just adjust things every now and then. Oh wow, they're all really busy with their carts, delivering all the goods here. That's very nice. Messenger from Merefa. Chickens! Let's buy 20 chickens. There they come. Alright, let's do apply to all and apply to all. Now they should all have that. Let's just hope the chickens do not get brought to this one, because there's no food and water here. Ah, they're bringing it in now. That's good. Because we do need all that stuff before the animals come, otherwise the chickens will die. Now, hopefully the chickens get brought to one, and then we can just split them up and put everything in both, and then they can start growing. Alright, there's the first food, so at least the chickens should survive. Very nice. How much wheat do we have? 3,000. We still have some... Oh, but we have plenty of buckwheat, so should not run out of food soon. You have food for a year in there. Very nice. Well, they do take their sweet time bringing the chickens. Where are they? Come on. Oh, that's true. There was an incentive to make them work harder so that we could get a nice village. Now that we have a nice village, we can reward them by paying a little bit of money. Or just a little bit extra. I'm not going to reward them too much, of course, because that's not good. Alright, well, all the food gets brought in. Ah, oh, I thought there was 10 chickens, but no, there's no chickens yet. Still waiting on them. Ah, here they come, I think. Yeah, there they are. Alright, there's chickens, 20. So let's relocate 10 to the other place here, right there. And they're all happy. Oh, now it says 0 in both, but I do see chickens in each. Something went wrong. Oh no, there it is, current 10. Ah, they already laid an egg. Or a hatchling, that's cool. Well, let's get a lot of eggs and a lot of meat out of it. Communist system, keep them dumb and poor. Well, I guess the communist system is there to make the government rich, and the capitalist system is there to make the factory owners and stuff rich, so either way you're screwed and just a few people get rich. Alright, let's get workers in here for the chickens. Chicken eggs, chicken meat, let's set them both to 250. And do the same on this side. Well, I guess as normal people we should just be prepared to get screwed all the time. So just accept it and live a nice life. I only deal with stuff I can actually deal with. And I can't deal with that, so... or I can't do anything about it. So I'll just let those people be. Alright, I like the fact that there's some decoration on this one. I don't remember putting this on, but I guess maybe because we put clothing in there, it just really makes it look nice. And look at this, we have apples, buckwheat, flour and fish in there, and you can actually see those products in the market. That's really nice. Let me do this. So let's look at this. Very nice. I like it. Oh wow, I said something and Roadhog agrees. That's really good. Then I must have said something smart, if Roadhog agrees. Ah, we're getting the tavern, then the trading dock, so we can buy the beer that we're going to sell in the tavern. That's good. And then we get close to the brickworks, but we still need a lot more housing, so let's work on that too. We have houses without or with gardens now, so it's time for another row of houses without gardens then. Let's rotate it a little bit. Keep some space in between, of course. Come on, not so hard. Just a little rotation. Alright, there's more housing. Need to build another well that people can use. I do wonder what the brickwork will look like, so luckily soon we should be getting there. We have the wood, we should have the nails, but I'm not 100% sure. We have 1200 nails. Yes, we have the nails. Okay, 1200, 1300 stone. Oh, we have that too. Storage is full. Yeah, I can see that. There's still some limestone here, so that should be fine. Is there still stone left on these shores? I don't see it here. Oh yeah, there's still lots of stone. Okay. So we can build a few more houses. Although they're not that big in numbers, so... we'll see. I believe more families can live in these houses. Yeah, a house for multiple families, so that's interesting. I really wonder how many people can live in these houses. Would be cool if we could place those somewhere here in the middle, like a real town center. Maybe get the church here too. That would be nice. Time to build a school. It's just 3 chats ago that you said keep them dumb and poor, and now you want to build a school. But yeah, I guess you're right. We do need a primary school to educate at least some and tell them why they should keep the rest as dumb as possible, so they can run the factories. So yeah, let's build a primary school. That's a good one. We need that. Well, still a lot of buildings needed. 277 people. We more than doubled our population this time. Very nice. Look at all these brave men building our society. For the next generation of people to exploit others, we should train them. Right, let's get a manager. Let's get 2 workers in here so that we can start to trade. I don't know what we can trade though, so I can't put goods in here yet. And we're going to use this for buying stuff, of course. For buying some booze that they will bring via ship. Well, depending on the school, but yeah, there's a good chance they won't get real smart when they went to school. There's not enough alcohol on the market. Well, I guess this is Roadhog's house then, and he's not coming in yet because there's no alcohol on the market. Are you still there yet, Blue Soldier? Are you enjoying yourself so far, I hope? And of course to all other people watching, I hope you enjoy. Feel free to mingle in chat. Also feel free to stay silent if you want to, no problem. Just watch along. I just hope you have a great time here. I know I have. Especially with the nice people in chat, so feel free to be there. Alright, firewood's good, so no worries there. These people should get a nice harvest of their own. You can see some cabbage. No honey though. Nobody of these will get some honey, I guess. Messenger from Balaklia. That's nice. Lime. Alright, we're going to buy all the lime now, because we're going to need it soon. We can also buy stone here. We don't need that yet, but once we do, we'll get that too. That will ensure that we can create as much of those nice row houses as we can. So the first batch of lime is coming in. Do we already have a manager? Yes, we have a manager. So we have a smart person in there. Okay. They're building the brickworks now. Let's take a look at the brickworks because I have not really looked at it so far. There's a nice stairs here. Not that they're using the stairs, but okay. I do want to see what this building looks like. Look at all these graphics making it. That's really nice. Well, looks like a nice building. Almost there. Yeah, well, I already got the lime and I believe we have everything else that we need for the brickworks. So that should be enough. Getting that lime in. Ah, they're building the firing area, I guess. We have the charcoal pits ready. We have the stone here, so I think we should have most things. There's the chimney. Very nice. It's done now. Alright. Well, let's just set the maximum amount of badges. Let's get going. Get some men in there and make it work. Although I think harvest is going on, so they're all very busy right now harvesting all the fields. Yes, they are. Also should be getting in apples soon. Well, I don't know. Let's check. We need 7,900 bricks for a simple house. And the number just goes up with all the other ones. So I'm really interested to see how much we get out of this. If we get only 500 bricks out of one, then we're going to need a lot of badges before we actually get the bricks that we need. So that'll be interesting. Let's buy some extra lime. Let's buy some extra stone then. Just so we have it. Let's sell some sunflower oil. That's it. Okay. Well, we'll see. Do bring in the sand. Alright, we need 500 clay, 500 sand, 500 water, and 2,000 charcoal. Let's tell them that they can be helped out by others to fill everything up. Just 100 clay. Ah, they're bringing in all the sand. That's good. That should be done soon. Just 100 clay and 100 water and 1,000 charcoal. Well, that's all very close, and then they can start to build everything. Alright, well, we should have a nice brickworks up soon. Just charcoal. Ah, there he goes. Drying the bricks. Ah, they're really doing a whole set of things to make them. Very good. They're now drying them. I think here they are laying the bricks. There we can see them. They're now drying. Very cool. Very cool. They're already gathering for the next batch. Interesting. Well, we'll let them be. It's November. This farm's almost done. This farm is completely done. This farm is completely done. So the farms are doing a great job. We have 12,000 buckwheat, 4,000 apples, 900 flour. So we might need an extra mill. We have potatoes. Do we have potatoes? Yeah, 7,000. So that's good now. All right. So most stuff actually is doing very good. We just need an extra windmill. There we go. Yeah, the industry is working now. Especially now that we can create our own leather. All the clothing productions should be up. All we need now is warm clothing. We don't have that yet. Let's slaughter a few bulls, because then we get some hide from it. We can get more leather. We have a lot of 1-year-old bulls, so they can all go. Well, this one has been productive over the last season for a new one, so that's good. Ah, we can buy some alcohol here. Let's buy alcohol. 2,000 should do the trick. That should get Roadhog through the night. So let's buy 2,000 Horilka. Let's buy some iron, otherwise we'll run out of nails. Ooh, there's a lot of lime that we can get right here. Let's get that too. Cheese, flour, potatoes, cucumber. Oh, that's not going to be helpful. All right. And we got these industries out of the way of town so people won't get sick from it. That's nice. Very good. You have a drink on it. You deserve it. And this part of town is slowly starting to take shape. Another row of houses coming in. We can see more and more trees get removed here. That works. Let's put some firewood in here so we have plenty for the whole winter. Should find another one. And then do this. Apply to all and apply to all. Like this. And we still should get people out during the sowing season and 2 months of harvest. Alright, that should work. There's no fishing to be done, so no work is needed in there. Still bringing in sunflowers. Is this farm still filled up? Well, there's a lot of flax in there. They can use the flax to create textile, yeah. Why is there no flax in here? Because there's firewood in here. We should get rid of the firewood in here. We should put flax in there. Because that's what we need for the clothing production. Alright, this should work. And now they can take the firewood out and we can put the flax in here. Alright. There comes the school. Time to educate our youngsters. Ah, we ordered some stuff by boat, but now the link is frozen, so it might take a while before we actually get it. Question is, where do we store our drinks? Do we store that in the granary? Yeah, Horilka, alright. So we bought like up to 2,000, so put it up like this. And then they can get it in the tavern as well. Ah, school's up. Let's get a teacher. A lady, of course, because they're the smartest, so we'll get those. And there we are. Very nice. Well, 8 years into the settlement, we have 284 people. Oh, that's very true, Kevin. It's very interesting how people come up with what they do, but it also has to do with what you're trying to do. I'm especially now on the stream not going for beautifications and stuff. I do want to do one series on YouTube and maybe a stream where we just try to make everything very beautiful. Now it's just about getting everything up and running and having a functional town. But really thinking about how to create the area like this, for instance, for all the clothing production, put fences around it, make more warehouses, and just make it look like it would actually be an industrial zone. That just feels like so much fun to me. I would love to do that. I really don't take the time for it right now, I have to say. But I would like to do that someday. Really try and go at it that way. Make a really, really beautiful functional town. But that takes some planning and I don't give myself the time for it now. Like when I did the version with the church in the middle and the round houses around it and things like that. I do like that, making a very beautiful town. But for instance, putting a fence around here, but getting the warehouse next to it where we can store some of the goods. Do some more beautifications along the streets and things like that. But it's interesting. I noticed that too. And sometimes I see people building things that I'm just somehow flabbergasted by how they build it and why they do it like that. And in my mind, it's just so not efficient or something like that. But that's just very interesting. See how people do it in their own way and have a lot of fun with the game, but just differently. Yeah, that could be interesting, but of course you have to also take into account the traveling distances and things like that, so... And this map is quite hard with the hills and a lot of inaccessible areas where you can't build. That makes it hard too. I mostly like to see my town grow organically, so you start from within and then get bigger and bigger and then... But these are very interesting games, especially because there are so many different ways you can do it. Let's get some decorations here. We need a place for people to sit around the market, so let's build gazebos here. Another messenger from the Kache. Let's build just one big tree here, so we know that that's the tree for this place. Firewood storage is filled up, that's good. Then we can get one lady out of there. Ah, we already have 2,500 bricks now, so that's going in a good rate. I guess we get 500 each time a badge is done. But that's still very nice. That could make it to a point where we can build our first row house. I'm going to build my first row house. Row house, 2 floors. Row house plus an arch and 2 floors. Row house plus a store and 2 floors. Row house with 3 floors. Alright, we're just going to start with the first one and then we'll add more later. They can get in and out both ways. That's okay. Interesting. I guess I'm going to build it somewhere here in the middle or something. I don't know. Oh boy, now I get all confused where I want to build it. There's not a lot of space here, so I'm not going to build it right there. I'm going to build it here, because here we can actually see what it looks like. Let's turn around, see what this side looks like. I guess this is the nice side. So we're going to build this side right here, and then we can build houses on both sides next to it. That should be something. Alright, this is one. And then I guess we can build this one next to it. Can we actually make it fit? guess so. Interesting. I also want to see how it gets constructed, so we're going to take our time to watch that too. Need to place an extra well here for all those families that might live here, but this is cool. I like this. Getting towards our first row houses. I'm going to move these up. I want to see them get built. Let's do this one first so they can deliver the goods already. Well, somebody should be the rebel. It's very good that it's you, so I don't have to be the rebel. I don't think we got the Horilka in already from last buy. I guess that just didn't come through or something like that. I hope it comes through now. Ah, yeah, they're still sending it. Alright, so we'll have to wait until it comes in. Okay. As soon as it's in, we can get people in the tavern. Alright, let's see. I dropped something here. That's fixed. Okay. Building the well, and then we get to the row house. Are they delivering the goods there already? Yes. Oh, look at this. Everything coming in. I'm so curious to see what this looks like. Oh, look at this. They actually placed the bricks outside of the building area. That's cool. Normally they put everything in the middle, but this is nice. It's going to take time before we have all the bricks, though. Not nice. We'll have to wait. How many bricks do we have? 3,200, 3,000. Yeah, we don't have enough yet. But that's okay. I think we should move these up then. I've seen his streams, but it's a while ago. Oh, Timberborn, that's just not a game for me. I don't really understand it. Gets quite complex and tough when you really get into building a big beaver town. Look at all the stuff you need for production. It really is a lot. They're still just very busy bringing in everything. Alright, construction has started. We can really see the brick foundations. Let's get this visitor. Do we need anything? No. Can we sell anything? No, we'll leave it as it is. Alright, here comes the foundation. And then... still a lot of bricks are needed. Okay, well, at least we can see some of it and it already looks nice. I took a little bit of a look on it, but as I said earlier this stream, I'm quite busy these days. Yesterday I was away all evening for the little promotion film that I'm creating for the men's choir, and I have to do still the funeral work. Our kids' birthday is in 2 days. I have to arrange things for that and stuff like that. So I've really been quite busy. I have not seen. I did not have time for a lot of it, but I've watched it for a bit. It is more interesting than I thought it was, but I'm still not sure if it really suits me and my channel and things like that. But I've written it down. It's also on my list, so I will keep my eye on it. So still a lot of thanks for the suggestion, but I have to look at it. Right now I'm looking at this brick building and it amazes me. The amount of detail, how well it looks. It's great. Really coming along nicely. And we're looking at it from the bad side as a saying, so... I mean, this is the back side of the house. It does not even look the nicest, but we still have the trees here. I guess I should tell these guys to remove these trees that are in the way so we can have a clearer view of things. But this is a really nice looking building. I really like all the building steps they put into it. That's just a lot of work. But they did it, and it will be our first brick house. And I have to say, with this update out, because I did not have time to test out everything, this really is the first brick house I'm building in Ostriv. To extend the day. Well, if they can extend my amount of energy, that will be helpful. There's enough time in the day, but I also don't have enough energy to do everything I want to do and need to do. So I guess a clean and healthy set of lungs would help, because that's the main issue. Then I would be able to just live my old life and put in 2-3 hours extra each day, but right now I can't, so that is what it is. Oh, we're going to take a short look at these sunflowers. Look at this. A nice sunflower field. Oops, have to sell some charcoal, sorry. There we are again with the sunflowers. Look at this, doesn't it look nice? I like sunflowers. Ooh, we have a family in need of money. There we are. Let's hope this helps. And let's hope we get extra bricks soon. 2,400. Well, that's not going as fast as I want to. So that is a thing in this game, brick production. It does take a lot of time to create the bricks. But we'll manage. 2 batches already underway. 500 build. This one is already burning, drying. This one is burning. Should be getting it done fairly soon. Ah, yes, not enough alcohol on the local market. We should have it in here now. All we need now is to sell some alcohol. Horilka, there we go. Let's sell Horilka. Yep, now it's on the market. Now a family should be moving in here. Not enough alcohol. We already have 2,000 in here. What's that? Yes, there is enough alcohol. Let's get the milk out of here. And then I guess we should buy some meat or something like that. Yeah, here we have meat. I'm not going to comment on politics right here, right now. Alright, let's see. Let's put the mead in here too. I guess we need 2 types of alcohol then, in order to make things work, or something like that. Could be putting some mead in here as well, and then sell it on this side of town. That might actually work. Okay, let's see. Just 900 more bricks and this house is done. I'm going to focus on it now because more bricks are coming in. Oh, there comes the next story, and the roof slowly starting to be built. Very nice, very nice. Although I have to warn, it's past 10, so I guess once this house is done, it will be time to wrap things up. And I have to start thinking about ending the stream. I just got a text message from Wifey saying hi to everybody, thanking everybody for being here and being so nice to me, and she hopes to be there one day soon again when she has the time in stream, just so you guys know. Alright, 900 bricks. Come on. They're building the side walls. Look at this detailing. Really nice. Let's see how they do this part. I think the easiest solution is just put corks in their asses and then nothing comes out of it anymore. But I don't know if that's a real solution, but for a simple mind like me, that should work. I'll let her know. I'll text her after the stream's over and then I'll let her know that you guys missed her then. Then she'll probably be here next time. I'll check her agenda, see if she has anything like Friday evening when we do another stream. She has something, man. So might not be there then. Let's check Sunday. She should probably be home Sunday, so maybe Friday, otherwise Sunday she'll be there. Look at this, nice chimney. Just some roofing to be done, last bricks to be delivered. Yeah, I've been told that before. I had somebody from Ukraine in like a year ago or 1.5 years ago in the YouTube, and I posted a video that explained a lot to me about Ukraine and about the origin of this game, and that a lot of these buildings are actually accurate for the time, and that the developers really put a lot of effort into researching how things were and actually tried to make things look like they were back in the day. So that's really nice. Thanks, Rodok. I'll give her a hug. There we go. There's the roof. Our first row housing. It got colored in a second. Look at this, even glass windows. Very nice. This looks cool. Oh wow, look at this. There's place for 4 families. We need a church now. Okay. Oh wow, we can even click the apartment and then probably see who's living there. This is cool. We're going to build a lot of these houses. That saves a lot of spaces. Then we can build a lot more farms and feed them all, which is also quite important if you build a big town. But this looks really cool. I like this house. Alright, it's time to slow things down. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please come back next time. It's just amazing. I had so much fun. You guys are awesome. You guys are the best. I had a lot of fun making this. I hope you had a lot of fun watching this. I'll see you Friday when I have a stream. I can already warn you, not this Friday, but the Friday after. I'll be in a big meeting in the evening, so I won't be there. But I'm still trying to figure out if I can do a stream then either on Saturday or on Thursday. So at least we get the 3 streams done, so we'll see. But thanks so much for being here. Thanks, Blue Soldier, for joining up the team. That's really nice. And I hope to see you all next time. I'll be in chat for a bit. But the stream will end right now. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.